We'll get to Andrew Luck taking down the Cowboys in just a second. But first, a couple of big plays. Saturday Night Football, Texans and Jets, and DeAndre Hopkins just saves the day with the back shoulder grab late in the fourth C.
Not a lot of offense for the Texans in this game, but DeAndre Hopkins was special. I'm glad he's finally starting to get some of the national attention since Deshaun Watson has been there. Good game. 10 catches, 170 yards.
Seahawks and Niners, and speaking of good catches, Doug Baldwin snagging the ball.
You think the new rules on this one, Nick?
Yes. Listen, I think that a few years ago, he would have been hit in the head hard and separated from the football. I think the safety was trying to hit him and whiffed entirely trying to avoid the penalty.
Only thing is he thought he was going to intercept this, so that's why he took the high angle. The ball was behind him. He was thinking he was going to be able to pick it. Doug Baldwin makes a great catch. That's why he's on the upfield shoulder. Now, those DBs, they're on defense for a reason. They dumb and they can't see nor catch. All right, that's why they over there.
Now they're blind, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They've been dumb all year. Now they
with a cane. It fits the narrative of the story.
Pats and Steelers. Pats down the punt at the one with
now, the only reason why these guys are smart because they Pats. And half of them play on the offense, too. Burkhead, Slater,
special teamers on the Pats are smart.
Oh, yeah, more college graduates on the team. Absolutely.
This was an awesome special teams play.
Same game, Joe Hayden goes up high to pick off Tom Brady in the fourth quarter.
What, you going to tell me Joe Hayden's a converted receiver or something, see? What you going to tell me about this?
I'm trying to tell you guys exactly what happened. Tom Brady couldn't get enough on the throw. He tried to throw the ball out of bounds because he didn't have someone in the flat. He had to throw it down the field. Couldn't get enough on it. That avocado ice cream, I bet he wished he was eating some Haagen-Dazs. He would have had a little more juice on it.
Agreed with all that, but what about the blind, dumb guy that picked it off, see?
Oh,
what
Joe Hayden's my boy. That's my boy from Urban Meyer, Florida. That's my guy, but he's playing defense for a reason. An offense in high school, played offense in Maryland.
Oh, that's where he got his smarts. I knew you were going to say that. I said, what are you going to say, converted receiver?
You guys want to play drawing a blank?
Yeah,
every day I'm drawing a blank.
You ain't lying.
Nick Foles led the Birds to a 30-23 win over the Rams for Philly's biggest upset win since 1995. That was just one game this weekend that had major playoff implications. CC, the most impressive Week 15 performance was blank.
Steelers taking down Belichick after the Miami Miracle last week. Man, traveling to Pittsburgh. Canty said they hadn't lost 2 times in December since 2002. Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers, #1 performance in Week 15, taking down Brady and the bunch.
Definitely, that was the most important. I thought the most impressive was what the Colts did on both sides of the ball. Playing a red-hot Dallas team, not only shutting them down defensively, but scoring their points in a way I don't think a lot of people saw coming. Where Andrew Luck was just fine, and they ran all over the Dallas Cowboys. It was a must-win game for the Colts. If they lose, their essentially season's over. Now they stay alive, still barely alive for the division. So I thought the Colts were the most impressive, even though they were a 3-point favorite yesterday.
All right, Baker Mayfield and the Browns squeaked out a 17-16 win over the Broncos on Saturday. Cleveland now has 6 wins and a shot at their first playoff berth since 2002. So, Nick, the biggest surprise team this season has been blank.
For me, it's the Bears. When they got Khalil Mack, I thought they would have a chance at the playoffs, at maybe finding a way to 9 wins. I never thought they would be, with 2 weeks left, in discussion for a bye and a team that is a legitimate Super Bowl contender. I've been so impressed with Matt Nagy. I've been so impressed with the defense as a whole. And they got the #6 scoring offense in football, which I think will surprise some people. The Bears have really surprised me. I'm going to say Chicago.
Surprise team 2018 has to be the Chiefs and Patty Mahomes. 45 touchdown passes, 4,500 yards throwing. Tyreek Hill developing into a #1 receiver. What they have done to the NFL is shocking. The Bears already had a good defense before Khalil Mack. Trubisky is a high draft pick. They got a bunch of skilled guys around them, so that was probably more predictable with Khalil Mack added to a great defense. What Kansas City's done, that's changed the franchise. Not only this season, but that changed the franchise for the next 10 years.
All right, moving on from the good to the bad. With the Packers lost yesterday, they'll miss the playoffs for the 2nd straight season. Green Bay joins 3 other teams who saw their playoff hopes eliminated in Week 15. So, CC, the team that has had the most disappointing season this year is blank.
No, probably started in training camp. That's the old spicy mouth Jaguars. That's what, yeah. Old Jalen. Yeah, how many wins they got?
They got 4.
Oh, okay. All right. That national interview with GQ, how'd that go? Oh, he sucks. Oh, he sucks. Oh, he's big bad. Oh, what about the Jags?
They're terrible.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Listen, I also have to go with the Jags. I was one of the people before the season that was down on Jacksonville. I thought they'd regress. I didn't think they were going to go 4-12 potentially, even if you thought they weren't going to be the AFC Championship team they were last year. Nobody could have seen this total.
And Tom Coughlin going to be their coach next year.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
You think that's a real thing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
yep.
Wow. Well, that's going to... Hey, run this back a year from now. Most disappointing 2019 team. The Jags again, if Tom Coughlin's their coach. But, yeah, I mean, the Jags came into the season with legitimate Super Bowl hopes, and right now they're on the clock.
They asked Jalen Ramsey after the game, what do you think about the coach? Jalen said, I ain't got time to think about no one but myself. Really?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
A little departure for him.
The Ravens took down the Bucs behind Lamar Jackson's 131 passing yards and another 95 on the ground. Baltimore is now 4-1 with Lamar and sit behind the Steelers in a tight divisional race. So, Nick, the winner of the AFC North will be blank.
So mad at myself because I did a flip-flop. Now I'm going to flip back. I had been on the Steelers all year. The Raiders game shook my confidence entirely. I said they're done. They're not going to win the division because I didn't think they could beat the Patriots, but they did. So now I'm back with the Steelers. I should have stuck with it. I'm so dumb for that. But Steelers, that win was so important. Ravens have a very difficult game against Chargers coming up. I got to go Steelers.
How much confidence did you really have if one thing happened, then you was shook?
Well, I was maybe a little.
Maybe use a different word. Maybe a word club. Grab a different word because you can't have confidence then lose one and I'm shook.
All right. First of all, see what I'm about to tell you. What am I not in? A word club. And second of all, if I were in a word club, confidence would not be in it. That would be beneath our level of word club. Third of all, what's your answer?
I'm going with the Steelers.
Okay.
Quite simple. I mean, they're far more predictable. And the Ravens don't have a quarterback. All right, they got some guy running around back there, and it's hard to win games late in the season with your quarterback running.
He's not the quarterback of the future?
Well, he might be, but he's going to have to improve as a passer in order for that to be the case.
They're going to be in the quarterback business this offseason, Jenna.
Ending with the AFC South, the Texans, Colts, and Titans all won in Week 15. The division has caught fire as of late as they all push to make a playoff run. CC, the most dangerous team in the AFC South is blank.
I'm going to go with the Texans by a slight margin because they have more offensive weapons than the Colts and Andrew Luck. It's great to see Andrew Luck, man, he throws the ball. Man, it's like the ball hits you like a pillow. It's just so nice to be able to see. But the Texans and what they can do, I give them their defenses both an advantage. They're kind of a wash there. Neither one gave up a 100-yard rusher. I'm going with the Texans.
I'm going to go with the Colts because the Texans, all of a sudden, they have questions at running back with Lamar Miller injury. They've had questions of offensive line all year long, and I have major questions about their coach. The Colts, meanwhile, have played great football for 2 months. They've got a superstar quarterback, and all of a sudden, their offensive and defensive fronts are playing really well. If they get into the tournament from 1-5, that will have meant they won 9 of their last 10. They'll be one of the hottest, most dangerous teams. So I'm going to say the Colts if they can get in there.
All right, sounds good. Coming up, Nick Foles and the Eagles may have pulled off the upset of the season.